This is Amateur Faith Night, a podcast where real-life friends talk about real-life religion, where questions are encouraged, doubt is talked about, and following Jesus is our main priority. Let this be a starting place for you to research things and study them out for yourself. God is bigger than all of our questions, and it is okay to not have all of the answers.
Have you hit record yet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, so we're already recording?
We are.
Nice.
I look like a train wreck. Okay. So
tonight for a very special episode of Blossom.
Why?
Whoa.
I don't know. I'm still really hyped up over NAYC. You know, break out. Break out.
Do you know
Let an apostolic move of your anointing.
Did they sing
Break
that?
out. I'm sure they did.
No, they didn't. That's an old song. They probably sang new ones.
No.
I don't know.
Gary, did you like NAYC? I mean, we were...
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, wait. We weren't at NAYC. Where were we at?
We were at the Call to Freedom conference.
Call to Freedom, y'all!
Gary has absolutely no idea what we're talking about tonight. He literally was just asked very nicely to come over.
I'm part of this team.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Bolted right over here.
Yeah. It wasn't quite like that.
Scoring hockey kids to let's do a podcast.
That's right. Well, so here's the dealio. One, I wanted to do like a kind of a debrief of the conference because I feel like we've had a couple days to process, and it was a lot to process. It was good. It was a good lot to process, but it was. And two, we had several people, like not just one, several people come up, and I've had I think it was more than that. But anyways, ask if we could do like an episode of just us randomly talking without editing it.
Yeah.
And ironically, somebody said, you should call it Amateur Faith Night After Dark.
After Dark.
So here's the thing. So I just recorded a podcast with Natalie from Berean Holiness a little bit ago. And now it's dark. It's it's after 9 o'clock. So this is literally after
really
dark.
Really
so I
is.
thought that would be a perfect time to use that title.
So this is unedited.
Unedited. And we're just having a conversation.
Okay.
And I'm
Scared.
a little.
Gary,
scared.
we were actually told that we could release unedited cuts on like Patreon and people would subscribe to it.
Yeah, I bet they would.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
We're not that professional.
I don't. Yeah. Never mind. I was gonna say we'd have to change the title for sure.
Well, that's why it's called After Dark.
After Dark. And to the person who suggested that, all I'm saying is you're welcome. I don't know if this is going to happen again. I don't know. We'll see.
So we have no notes.
So we have no notes.
No notes.
This
No
is
notes.
completely unedited, other than maybe the fact that I was in the beginning going, oh, dear God, look at my hair. Because
Man,
I
you
look
should
like a
probably
train
put
wreck.
that back. I don't know. I can't believe you're on camera like that.
I know. It's horrible. That's what I just said.
Just messing with you.
No, it's bad because I worked all day, and then I came home and my sweet son made dinner, which was very nice.
Yeah.
And then I had to put all of our audio equipment together because I had it taken apart for the conference. And then I recorded a podcast with Natalie, and here we are at 10 after 9 doing this. So
Who wants to start?
it really is after dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you on your phone? Anytime you're on your phone, I know that you have
He's
like
pulling
weird
something
stuff going on.
This is usually the stuff that gets edited out.
This is the stuff that gets edited out.
I'm going to give you guys a random fact.
Oh, God.
San Diego was discovered by the Germans in 1904. They named it San Diego, which of course in German means...
I'm not saying that.
Oh, no. Why?
You're not going.
Why? Okay, listen. This is why I edit stuff. People probably think we are such heathens. Okay. I don't even know how to come back from that.
Okay, it's the conference.
We're going to talk about the conference. Yeah.
The diversity of the conference. Wasn't that a battleship in the Civil War?
Civil War battleship. We like Anchorman. We have a problem.
I
Jen's
can't.
not going to make it through the after night, or what is this, After Dark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Just be glad we're not giving like the campaign quotes or something. Yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes. Somebody mentioned that movie this past weekend, and so now Jordan's all about, I need to watch it. I'm like, let's not. So, anyway, let's get talking about Jesus, because it's all about Jesus.
Okay.
And
I can dig it.
yeah.
So do you want to talk about Jesus, or do you want to talk about the conference?
Both. Gary's chair still squeaks. I told him like a year ago I was going to fix it. I'm so sorry.
So the conference was beautiful. First off, the setting was amazing.
I can never tell if you're being serious or sarcastic, so
No,
I'm so sorry. Okay.
I mean, I don't think you can not be serious about where that conference was at. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful venue.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is beautiful.
That even the drive, like going in and out, the trees. I mean, it was very. It was just like a scene out of Rain Man when he was driving with the trees. But
You know what I kept doing, and it's a wrong state. I kept saying Kentucky home.
Well, this is why I edit, you guys. This is why. No one will ever ask for this again. No one. No one.
It's surprising this was asked for in the first place. But in all seriousness, the place was awesome. Mr. Edwards, it was
Mark Edwards.
Mark Edwards, yeah. Great home. We should have added about an hour of skeet shooting to the schedule.
Oh, Lord. That was
fun.
the place that was off limits for guests.
Like, we could have called it, like, I don't know, shooting down evil or something. Like, we could have, wrote a sin on the clay pigeon and thrown it up and,
Oh, my gosh.
sloth.
Yeah, there was a skeet shooting range
yeah.
near the conference. Let's just clarify what he's talking about.
We could have put like oneness theology.
Seriously. Oh, for gosh sakes.
Yep.
Then we could do like
Open-toed shoes. We missed a whole chance there.
Hey,
We
I
did.
will say
Okay.
this. Jennifer and I talked about this on the way home. There was so many people talked about how, like, growing up, their pastor or their organization or districts or wherever, they had a thing about women wearing open-toed shoes, and I was like, I never heard of that.
Yes, you have.
I mean, personally, guys out there, have you ever been turned on by toe cleavage? I mean, really?
I mean,
How about you, Gary? Toe cleavage get you?
No.
No,
Not
not
at
here
all.
either.
okay, but there really is a thing called toe cleavage, and you can have that in closed-toed shoes. I'm just educating you right now.
I'm
Does
just
it press
It's a thing.
the toes together more? Is it like a...
No, it's like where you wear shoes that like the bottoms of your toes show, like not the tops but the bottoms.
Yep, that's a whole thing, I guess.
It really is.
Do you get those shoes at Victoria's Secrets? Where do you buy them?
No, but it is a thing. It is a thing.
So they enhance the toe.
No,
I believe
no.
it's
Oh, for gosh
the
sakes.
geisha. Is it a geisha shoe?
Geisha shoe?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
The Memoirs of a Geisha.
Okay.
Geisha
I
is
know
a
what a geisha.
Japanese-
I know what a
yeah.
geisha is, but I can't
Don't
think
they
of
wear
what they're.
shoes like that?
Hey, can you do that in
Oh.
like a Donald Trump voice? Geisha?
No.
I think it'd be
The
funny.
best geisha I've ever
Oh my
seen.
god.
Toes were everywhere.
Oh my
You just
gosh.
go up and grab them by the toes.
This is gonna go off the rails real
whoever-
fast.
I need to know whose idea this was.
We can tell you it later. We're not going to name the person's name during the recording.
I mean, it's going to be
People, there is more than one.
50-50
I don't
chance
know why.
Jen even uploads this.
But open-toed shoes, you have heard of that, because in the very first church that you and I went to, that was a rule, but it wasn't a rule all the time. It was only a rule when you were on the platform.
I do not remember that.
Yes. And it was when I was young, so I don't know like when that went away. I don't remember, but I do remember it being a thing.
Probably went away at what age?
Like, I don't remember how old I was whenever they stopped doing it at the church, because, like, the rules evolved.
Right.
because we used to have to wear pantyhose too every Sunday
I remember
on the
that.
platform up until like relatively recently.
It was uncomfortable for me to do it.
For gosh sakes, I can't.
It got hot. You know, you're wearing jeans and pantyhose underneath them.
I mean,
You can't wear jeans on stage. Don't even play.
Never mind.
I just ran around in the pantyhose.
So anyway, their conference.
We really did have a good time. These
Yeah,
guys are making light, but it really was, it was awesome. Like I'm still kind of like taken back from just how beautiful it was. Like everyone was super kind and very loving.
A lot of good side conversations. Met some cool people. Had a good time at our table. Yeah, it was, you know, like I said to a lot of people there, with Kelly and I not really coming from that background, it was kind of, we couldn't be too empathetic, but we were sympathetic. So just so foreign, some of the things that you guys and everybody there had went through, but then at the same time, you're just there supporting and helping people realize it's staying focused on Jesus.
Yeah, and in seriousness, I mean, we heard a lot of great testimonies. We heard some great speakers. But to me, what really touched me the most was the individual conversations, either at our table or after the sessions, because it's really just a testimony to God's grace. I mean, 90% of the people there have been wrapped up in, I'll just say it, cults. And, you know, through God's grace, they've found a way to leave, to walk away, to escape, whatever you want to put it. And, you know, now they're trying to follow Christ in a more historical Orthodox way, which is freeing. So, I mean, in that aspect, it was really amazing. I talked to one gentleman, won't name his name, but he had came out of the Message to then fall trap of the UPC. And now he's left the UPC, and I just told him, I flat out told him, I was like, man, I'm like, you need to be sharing that with people, because you went from one cult to another, and, you know, now you're walking in light. So, I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, truly, it's amazing that he didn't walk away from God completely.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would have been super easy for him to just lose faith.
Yeah, absolutely.
After being, you know, and you use the word cult, and this has nothing really to do so much with the conference content, but I think a lot of people who leave are hesitant to call their groups cults, and I get it. Like, I didn't want to call the UPC a cult just because I didn't want to admit that I was in a cult. But when you go and look, especially like Dr. Walter Martin, I know the cultish guys on their podcast, they played it, I believe, whenever I did my interview with them, I think back in 2019, 2018, they played a Walter Martin clip calling the UPC out as a cult because of their denial of the Trinity. And so when we say a cult, like, to me, that's one of the main aspects of that and this main criteria. So it's not like we throw that word around very lightly, but if the shoe fits, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, it's a hard thing to want to admit.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Because you get, and I'm assuming, I can say, when I say you get, I'm assuming you have a feeling of how would I fall for it type thing. But then with so many people being exposed to these religions and sex, not sex.
Sex. I got it.
Just religion and sex. So young, like, it's not like you fell for it. You were kind of brought up in it, but there might be a bit of shame and guilt for, like, man, why didn't I realize this sooner? Or why didn't I get out sooner? Or am I doing the right thing? And maybe I'm doing something. So I'm sure that gambit of emotion is tough to manage.
Right.
Especially after you leave.
Yeah, because you don't know, because you've been lied to your entire life. So how do you know you're not being lied to still?
Yeah.
Which I think was a pretty powerful message too that I walked away with, and I think a lot of people resonated with, was the authentic gospel was never really taught to them before.
Right.
And so Andrew just did a beautiful job of portraying the gospel. And when you've heard the gospel presented like that for the first time, it's freeing. And it also, like, opens your eyes to, well, this is the truth.
Well,
like, this is true.
Once someone at our table, it was like, just consistently was saying, like, it doesn't seem like it should be that easy because of all the strict regulation and rules and the whole controlling system that they'd come out of. Like, it shouldn't be that easy to follow Jesus and be a Christian.
Yeah.
Because, but that's what Jesus did. He made it that easy for us.
Yeah, he said his yoke is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of legalists misunderstand the plan of salvation in the New Testament. It's not that grace and salvation is cheap. It's costly.
Right.
But it's free to us. It cost the Father his Son, and it cost Christ his life and his dignity. So it's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap, but it is free.
Yeah.
And freeing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, man, Jeremiah did so good the first session. He talked about going through all the stages of grief when you leave. And then, there is hope for that. And, he tried to encourage people to find a healthy church and what to look for in a healthy church. And I loved his message. I think he had a really hard time spot because he was the very first up. So I think everybody was kind of unsure what to think. And
well, there was a couple people at our table, it's people that really well, that had a hard time with that first kind of half day because it was it's just a lot.
It was a lot.
It
was very heavy.
And I can only imagine, what other people were going through, but just the couple people that were at our table, it was I don't know. I say gut punch, but it wasn't an intentional get you, but it was just like a
well, this stuff is hard.
Yeah.
This stuff is hard to go through, and the problem is, I think a lot of people have a tendency to kind of push it aside and not deal with it because it's easier. But you run the risk when you do that of losing out in faith altogether. Because, but Jesus is worth it, and healing is worth it to go through all the difficult stuff to get to the place of healing. And I think a lot of that information, like Jeremiah coming right out of the gate, I almost kind of wish we would have done a testimony first, maybe, or something, kind of warm everybody up. I don't, when you were planning a conference, those are the things you don't think about until you've done it. And none of us had ever done this before. So we're just kind of winging it the best we could. But, regardless, it turned out amazing, but it was a lot. But then Andrew wrapping it up on Saturday with just the presentation of the gospel the way that he did. I could talk to that dude about theology all day, man. He's just so mesmerizing to me. He just sucks me in because I just want to hear more. I know when he was pitching his talk to us over a Zoom meeting, a planning meeting several weeks ago, I was just listening and just I want to hear the end. I want to hear more. I want to hear more. I didn't want him to stop talking because it was just so good. And I think that's just the beauty of the gospel. It draws you in.
Oh,
do you want me to tell you the end of the gospel?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm sure other people feel the same way, that there's definitely a beauty to the gospel, but I think, I don't know, for us that have came out of legalistic backgrounds and our eyes are finally open to it, I don't know. It just, it's mesmerizing. It's obviously powerful to begin with, but I don't really know how to put a spin on it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I think because we're so used to the counterfeit. So I think it was Jeremiah maybe, or maybe Andrew that quoted, I think it was a Walter Martin quote about how, I'm going to butcher it because I don't remember exactly how it goes, but when there's, basically the quote says something about when a counterfeit is present, that means the authentic is out there, basically. And so...
That was Andrew.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember, but it's very refreshing to hear that. And I think of all the heaviness that we felt the day before, just trying to sort through and accept the fact that, we talked about Naomi Wright and I always pronounce Leo's name wrong, but
Leo.
Yeah. The keeping it in context guy. He's really cool. I met him. I like him. Anyways, they brought about, talking about spiritual abuse and how to recognize spiritual abuse and just accepting the fact that happened to you. And learning how to move on from that was super heavy the day before. But I think ending the whole conference on Anna's testimony, just how God brought her out of sin and legalism, just like it was so beautiful. And just Andrew's presentation of the gospel and learning how to walk in freedom, purposely walk in freedom. I think that just was the icing on the cake. Yeah, we had the heavy stuff, but that was like the good heavy stuff that's going to sustain you. I feel like, I don't know. Gary's like, yeah, whatever.
No, I mean,
Gary's like, you people, you don't know what the gospel is. Jeez.
Gotta explain this to you one more time.
No, none of you guys have ever had a T-shirt rep Bible.
Okay, he's got you there.
It's true.
I love it though, because it's like.
The funny thing was, I wore that shirt before it was a.
That is the funny part.
Bible cover.
That's the funny part.
And it even had, it had ridges in it. No, it was a fun weekend. Very nice. The part for me, it's ironic, is having not grown up in that kind of strict, rigid, systematic religion like that. A lot of times I think to myself, I could really benefit from something, a little more regimented, in the way I study or the discipline.
Yeah.
I'm just lacking that. And there was some comments from people I talked to. That's one of the things why they're having issues finding places to go, is that it was the lack of that kind of authority or that kind of not control, but the structure. And not that it's not in any churches or anything, but just you have these things that you're supposed to do type thing.
Yeah.
Which if you're raised in it like that and get accustomed to it, I can see why suddenly just being exposed to just the gospel and like, okay, no, what do I do now? I mean, I can just.
What do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do? That's the problem though. That's the problem, because we're so used to going back to what do I do?
Right.
Not what has Christ already done.
Right.
But I do sympathize with that, because like when you're so used to everything being handed to you, like, okay, this is your book of rules. This is what you believe now. You don't have a reason to study. You don't have a reason to search things out for yourself, because it's already written out for you. And that was part of, not that there was like an issue with the questions that were submitted or anything like that, but there were some questions that honestly I didn't read, because they were very specific to theology questions. And I never want to be put in a position where I'm telling someone what they believe.
Right.
Because that is part of being free.
Right.
Is falling in love with the word and searching out for yourself. And you have to take responsibility for your own faith. Like, you have to take responsibility to figure out exactly what you believe and search out your own soul salvation. It's not someone else's responsibility to hand that to you. But when you've been handed that, I can see why you would ask those questions, because you want to know what you're supposed to think. Well, how, what is the proper way to interpret this?
It could be people looking towards you guys, in particular, just because you've come out of it and you've studied your way to where you're at. Maybe they're just like wanting a quick cheat sheet, like, okay, well, what am I supposed to,
Yeah.
what,
and I recognize though why.
That.
Yeah, I mean, not that I don't think they're trying to take the easy way or anything like that. I think it's just more of they don't know how.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't know how. I didn't know how to study. Thankfully, we do have resources and there are YouTube videos and things, but I would never want to be the person, like, don't follow what I say,
Right.
like figure it out for your own. Yeah.
Don't take our word for it.
I was literally thinking that.
Wow, you two are like right here.
That's right. Reading Rainbow.
Okay, I wasn't going to go there, but I was thinking what you just said. Yeah.
How'd the song go? Something in a book. Take a look.
Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the little rainbow goes across.
Yeah. But now I want to go to the Warenberg. And I know that's not right.
I know. That's not right at all.
I know. I don't know why my brain went there. Yeah. But
I'm going to the
Yeah, Halloween. All right.
Friday the 13th.
What? Friday the 13th?
Oh, that is Friday the 13th? Okay.
Jeez, wow. Big
right.
fan.
Did you know Paramount Plus is doing a prequel to the Friday the 13th?
Wow, is it Wednesday the 11th?
I was going to say that.
Now it's supposed to be a series. I think it's going to be about Mrs. Voorhees and her weirdness before the first movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sounds like a family. We should all sit around and grab some popcorn
Mm-hmm.
and watch a psychopath.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't like those movies.
I used to be really into that stuff. And my mom and brothers still are. I kind of don't watch too many like horror movies like that anymore.
Those like late 70s, early 80s slasher films, they're great.
Oh, they were fun.
Yeah.
I just kind of
They're boring. I feel like they're cheesy.
like when you get stabbed and like 9 gallons of blood start
Right.
spewing everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, the conference.
Right.
Yeah.
Rein it back in.
It's
Rein it
after
back in.
hours.
Yeah. After
Hey,
dark.
that's what we could do. After hours. After hours.
It's after dark, Gary, but you were really close.
Dark hours.
Oh.
Go Bears.
Okay.
What else would we like to speak about after dark?
I mean, I guess,
Jennifer had a bat fly in her hair earlier.
oh my gosh, that is true story.
That was after dark.
It's not true. It was a
Jeremy
chipmunk.
Okay, that was
thinks
before.
It was a moth.
It was not. I saw the moth. I saw what you were talking about, and that was not what flew down off of the roof and like made my hair smush.
I heard it. It went. I saw a shadow.
How'd it go again?
Okay, listen. I was standing outside trying to get the stupid dog to come in because the dog was trying to chase something off into the woods, and I'm yelling at the dog, and all of a sudden something came off of the roof and goes whoosh on top of my hair and made my hair move, and I saw it flying to the trees. So, and then after that, there was a moth that hit the light next to me. So I saw that. That was not what I screamed about. I screamed about the bat that almost hit my head.
We don't have bats.
We have bats. We live in the middle of the woods. I mean, there's houses, but there's all woods.
We're actually deep in a bunker down below, waiting for the apocalypse to happen.
Yep.
All right.
A lot of MREs over there.
That too.
Yep.
But true story, last week, I really did think there was a bat in the garage because I had my coffee in my hand, had like my lunch bag and my purse and all my stuff for work, right? And it's like super early, no one else is up. Jeremy stayed home for whatever reason because he has the nice job that he gets to decide to do that every now and again. So I'm going off to work. The dogs are asleep. Jordan is asleep. Jeremy's in the bedroom asleep or half asleep. And I walk out, like open the garage door, and I step down on the very first step, and all I heard was, and I screamed and threw my coffee and shut the door, and no one came running. The dog didn't even wake up. Neither one of the dogs. So Jeremy finally meanders in the living room. What is your problem? What is wrong with you? I'm like, there's a bat or a bird or something in the garage.
But it was on the floor, right?
I didn't see it because it was dark. And all I heard was like the rustling and the chirping sound. And so I immediately freaked out. So then Jeremy goes, well, go get the dog and we'll let the dog go find it. Because then he walked out there, I guess, and saw that there was a chipmunk in the garage and it ran underneath the car. And so he's like, well, go get the dog. We'll have the dog get the chipmunk out of the garage, right? We have a pit bull. I go drag the dog out of bed because he doesn't want to get up. Put him in the garage. And what does he do? The chipmunk's underneath the car. Dante just walks around the car, walks back to me. He's like, what is your problem? And just stands there. Doesn't do anything about the stupid chipmunk.
Maybe
and
they're buddies.
And I know that he had to have smelled it because it was literally, I took a picture of it. It was that close. It was right in front of my car. He was within feet of this chipmunk, and my pit bull did nothing. So that was my.
He knew the chipmunk was not a threat.
Oh my gosh!
You know the old saying: you can lead a pit bull to a chipmunk.
What's the rest of it, Gary? What's the rest of the saying?
All I'm saying is my dog is not going to protect me from anything ever, so it's fine.
It's all right.
I don't know why I have him.
Back to the conference.
Oh,
Shout
okay.
out to Anna. Not only does she have a great testimony,
Oh, Anna, yeah.
she's a great person, but she worked harder than anyone else for probably the last year on that conference, and then for sure the last week.
Yeah, she is a rock
Can
star.
I tell you the truth?
She is a rock
I
star.
haven't said this to anybody yet.
Oh gosh, I'm scared.
I'm not even joking about this. Easily the first day, maybe into the second day, I thought Anna was somebody that you just hired to be there to work.
Because she was so busy.
Because she was doing everything.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, they probably just had someone come in to kind of keep things going while.
Yeah, we did. It was Anna.
Yeah. So she was awesome.
She is amazing.
Her testimony was fantastic.
Her testimony was life-changing. I will say the sessions were recorded and they are going to be for sale. So anybody that didn't have a ticket will have to pay for them. But the people who are actually at the conference, they will get them for free.
It's called the live bootleg version.
What?
It is.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Anyways, but Anna's testimony.
Back road cuts.
Saturdays are called Bringing the Heat, session 1.
Okay.
Bringing the Heat.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Friday would have been session 1.
After Dark.
I don't even know how to talk to you guys.
After Dark.
So Anna, yes, shout out to Anna because she was amazing.
Rock star.
She was amazing, and her testimony was beautiful, and it was really cool because it tied Natalie and I both together before Natalie and I even knew each other, and so that part was really cool. Plus, I did those cultish episodes back in 2019, 2020. It was right before we went to a hockey game with you guys.
Really?
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I recorded them.
Get that picture pops up every now and then. Those were good seats.
They were.
They were. Yeah. So yeah, we went to the hockey game right after I recorded the cultish podcast. But
yeah, you showed up late.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because you rode with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I
do remember that. I think I got a picture. I'm gonna find it.
I think it was October or November 2019. Yes, it was because my episode came out in December of 2019. And I only remember that because it was the last episode of 2019, the first episode of 2020.
Well, right, but I don't. Yeah, you're right. It probably was October, November. Okay.
No, I said November.
All right, so Anna was awesome. Jennifer Brawyer.
She's so sweet. I love her. She was very sweet.
Yeah, very genuine.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming. If you ever see this.
Tracy's testimony, Tracy Bowen, she was awesome.
Was she the lady from Florida?
Yeah, she's the first testimony.
Yeah. Yeah, great testimony.
About the advice she got from the preacher's wife about the marriage.
Her marriage, yeah.
Anybody that can raise 5 boys and not hurt anybody, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe how many pictures you have on your phone. He's still scrolling. Still scrolling. You're not even to 2019.
We're getting there. So this is 2019.
There you go.
It's my dad getting a tattoo of the Blues winning a championship Stanley Cup.
Oh, I remember that.
There's my tattoo.
That's what I was going to say. So I don't remember your dad's. I remember yours when you got that.
You got to be around here somewhere. There's me as Negan.
I remember that too.
Carry on. I can talk.
I mean, it had to have been around that time.
October-ish.
It wasn't before that because we were at Disney in October or September.
It was before this?
No, it was after that.
It was after this?
Yeah. Anyways, well, the only reason why I know that is because I talked to Jeremiah when I was at Disney, and my parents were there, and they were still UPC at the time, so I had to kind of be on the DL about talking to the people from Cultish while I was on vacation with my UPC family.
Oh, and let me just say this. I don't know if...
Bam.
Oh, Bam. Look. Oh, look. We were so cute.
We'll have to put this in the video here.
Okay. I'll put it in the video.
Yeah.
This was... what day was that? December 13th.
That was the day before my birthday. Look at that.
Yeah.
Anyways, what were you going to say?
So, Jennifer and I, we had the privilege of getting to take the Cultish guys out to dinner on Saturday night, and we found out that Jeremiah...
Oh, he might not enjoy this conversation. You're talking about his...
Yeah. He's a funny dude. I think everyone should like message the cultist team and be like, we need Jeremiah to do impressions of Gollum.
He's gonna kill us. He's gonna kill us.
And who else?
I don't remember.
I think the other one was Mr. T. I don't remember. But
There was
Mr.
a
T
lot. There was a lot of
I pity the
impressions.
fool.
It was funny. I had no idea he did that, and it was entertaining for sure. But I don't know if he's going to appreciate that shout out.
Maybe you could talk the cultish guys into doing an After Dark.
Right, an After Dark episode. Yeah. Anyways, so conference awesome. Really, I'm encouraging you to get the recordings if you didn't get to go, because I guarantee there will be content in there that will be relevant and helpful. Also, where are we going? Because I know we've been kind of on hiatus, although we've been doing things behind the scenes. So we haven't actually been taking a break, but it just kind of looks like we've been taking a break because there's been a lot of stuff going on. The conference is over now, though, so that was like consuming my entire life there for a hot second. So we're done with that, and we're going to be recording the next kind of season. I think that's how we're going to play it.
Yeah. Season 2. Dose.
Is it? Yeah, kind of, because we just did a whole year. Anyways, so yeah, some of the topics that we're going to cover.
They hate us because they ain't us.
That's not it. That's not what we're doing.
Open-toed shoes.
Cleavage. We're not. I knew you were going to go there. We're not talking about toe cleavage. I promise I will edit the next episodes. We do have an interview that's in the can with a really awesome couple.
We're doing the one on bats. Do they like hair?
We're not doing that either.
Shake those healthy toes. Baby got toes.
Why? I'm trying to finish my thought. I don't even know. It's so late.
Really? Come on, tell us the topics.
I know. I don't even know anymore.
We're going to cover tithing finally.
We are. We're going to cover tithing. That is on our list to do. And
we uncover why pit bulls are scared of chipmunks.
Oh, if anybody knows that, I'm going to need to know the answer, because I'm pretty sure my pit bull is broken.
He's a Stafford Terrier.
Actually, I think you're right. I think he actually is, but I don't know. Anyways. And
when we say pit bull, not the singer.
Yeah, no, he's actually a little mixed baby that we got from the side of the road. It's really kind of sad. I know. I don't know what he is. He's a mix of a whole bunch of Heinz 57. My friend found him on the side of the road when he was repoing cars. So it was really sad.
My favorite dog ever was a found dog. I found him under some stairs. We could see every bone in his body.
Aww.
Brought him home, not intending to keep him. And then 13 years later.
I was going to say, how'd that work out for you, Gary? Yeah. Jeremy didn't want Dante. And he gave in, and now they're besties.
I was tricked.
That's not true at all, but you love him. I have so many pictures. So, all
right, I'll help you, Jen. So what are we going to do in season 2?
We are going to do tithing. And like I said, but we're going to save it this time and not delete it, which was completely my fault. And I still am hating myself for it. So we're going to do that. We did do an interview with a couple who have a really interesting story. I have a lot of people that reach out to me because, like, they've left, but their spouse is still in, and kind of like how to navigate that and how, so we're going to be airing that. Another topic that we're going to discuss is the UPCI a cult? And that is something that we get a lot of questions about. I get a lot of questions about, and I would say
that one might
probably,
touch some nerves.
But it might, yeah. David Bernard also has a video that I would kind of like to break down, but I don't know if we're going to get to that. But another topic that I'm going to be doing with Kelly, actually, I'm probably going to kick you guys out. I know, I'm sorry, is modesty, because I want to kind of go over what the term modesty actually means in reference to how we were taught that we're taught it was meant. Oh my gosh, I can't talk anymore.
She covers her toe cleavage for that.
Right, so she can cover her toes for that. That would be great. So anyway, if there's anything that you guys want us to cover other than another After Dark episode, let me know, and I will see if we can make that happen. And you're playing with your phone again, so.
I also just wanted to say real quick, I'm sorry that if I didn't talk to some people, I found out afterwards after the conference that people were surprised that Gary
was there.
It was a very different, like, I won't say weird weekend. It was just different because having not come from that background, I was just kind of open to talk, but I wasn't pursuing conversation because I didn't know how people were.
You were there in a like table leading capacity.
Yeah. And if, you see people and you engage them and that's fine, but I just wasn't, I was trying to be respectful as far as I didn't know how people wanted to, how much they wanted to interact, how it was affecting people. So I was just kind of.
Well, plus there. Gary, you were kind of there in the capacity of me going, Gary, I need you to go do this right now, please.
So, I mean,
to be fair, that was completely my fault because Gary was supposed to be on stage and I forgot. He was in the lineup and I
got benched. I was in the lineup. I was 0 for 7 at that point. And
completely my fault. So people probably would have realized that you were there. More people probably would have realized that you were there had I did what I was supposed to do. I'm sorry.
But it was a cool weekend, like just seeing everything. But I was just kind of a little more reserved than I normally am, just because I was trying to make sure to respect everybody's. It was just a powerful weekend for a lot of people, including me. It was just a different way having that background. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I talked to Kelly last night, and she was like, I felt bad because I didn't have that kind of hurt. And I was like, Kelly, you don't have to feel bad for that. We all envy you. What are you talking about?
No, it was just just trying to figure out how to navigate it, because like you've said earlier, I didn't want to say something where it sounded like I was just giving this, advice as far as what to believe, and it would never, I was trying to caution myself from that, but at the same time, still trying to be encouraging and everything. So.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe,
I think it was good.
We'll just have a conference at your house here next year. We'll invite everybody.
Don't even play right now because Jeremy invited, I don't even know how many people to my house. And
No. That is not true. That is not true.
I can think of an instance specifically where I was cleaning up the food on Friday night and somebody literally said, I just want to let you know your husband invited me to your house. And I was like, I don't even know who you are, but sure.
There is a reason why I did that.
That's definitely an after dark conversation.
No. We're just going to throw this out here. Unrelated to the conference.
Wait a second.
Jennifer had informed me, like, we're going to have, 15, 20 people at our house.
To be fair, Jennifer doesn't know how many people are going to be at her house.
And she just, dropped it on me, which is cool. It'll be a good time. And so talking to this person, find out, they're semi-nearby, and I say, hey, everybody else is going to be there, so why don't you come by, too? What's another 2 or 3 people when you got 18 already?
Nothing. It's nothing.
You keep exaggerating. You said 10 or 12, and then you said 15, then you said 18. I honestly have no idea how many people are going to be there.
Hopefully you get rid of your bat problem by then.
I know, right?
It's people that have a bunch of kids. They're like, what's the 5th one?
Okay, but
we don't pay attention to the 4th one.
This is legit and completely off topic. But you talk about bats. There is something seriously in my backyard because it keeps leaving droppings on my swing. But I can't figure out what would leave droppings on a swing that's suspended from my deck.
It could be your husband.
If that was you, you have some serious issues.
Could be a dick for, I don't know. But
why?
Did you say a dick for?
Okay.
We are 12.
Anywho's, yep. All right. So,
9:49.
If this episode made you want to listen to us more, which I highly doubt, very
Whose
cool.
idea was this?
But yeah. Anyways, anything else you want to add?
Yes. Spay and neuter your pets and dogs, and if you see a possum, kill it. It's not a pet.
Or just trap it humanely and let it off in the woods.
only
Why would you do
marsupial in the
that?
United States.
What is wrong with you?
That was
Are
from
you
the
dead
great
inside?
Jackie Moon.
Huh?
Jackie Moon.
From the Moonies?
No.
Who's Jackie Moon?
He's one of the greatest basketball coaches and managers ever in the history of semi-pro basketball.
Did you just Google that?
No, it's for real. Look it up. Jackie Moon, everybody.
I don't even know what to say. That was really sad.
He also had a hit song in the 70s called Love Me Sexy. True story.
Isn't there a movie that's going to be out about that? Is that what you're quoting right now? You just need to stop. Just
It's a Will
stop.
Ferrell movie.
Just stop. Yes, exactly. Just stop. It is a movie. Anyways, I'm so sorry.
Stay classy, San Diego. Everybody have a great night.
After dark.
I can't.